Good evening. Hi, Corinne. Happy Friday. Hello, Bernice. Thank you all for tuning in. Hello, Sue. Oh, all right. I'm having technology gremlins again. Hi, Mom. Facebook has made a lot of changes recently, and apparently part of those are going to be taking me longer to get online. Oh. So Facebook and I are not getting along this evening, but thank you all for tuning in. No, Facebook, I don't want to create an ad. Thank you very much. Hi, Rosemary. If you're here and I missed your comment, I apologize. Trying. Here we go. Thank you for sharing, Bernice. I appreciate that very much. If I can just get this to do... Nope, not that. One more thing. There we go. I think I did it. Bernice, that's okay. Hopefully you'll have a different feeling by the time we finish up, because I pulled together some really cute things, I think. So hopefully you will enjoy what I put together. Okay, so hello and welcome, and thank you all very much for tuning in on Friday, July 1st. It's Christmas in July around here. For the next 5 Fridays, I'm going to showcase one of the brand new suites of products in our new July through December mini catalog. So this just went live today. Very excited about that, and we'll talk in just a minute about what we're going to do today, but I have some housekeeping stuff. First of all, I have prizes to give away from the last time we were together. So that was way back when we did a gift card holder. And this one is going to Ann Tolson for commenting on the last video. And then this is going to Rosemary for sharing the last video. So make sure you comment and share tonight's video, because there will be 2 prizes given away next Friday from the projects that I am making this evening. Then I have the June order prize to give away. It was a set of the Retired Heart and Home doilies, and the lucky winner of these beautiful doilies is Rosemary. So I have quite a little packet of goodies coming to you. So thank you very much. And then, since it is a brand new month, we have a brand new host code, and I did write it out a little bit bigger because I know my little paper up here is kind of minuscule. So no funny sayings. We've still got a mismatch of letters and numbers, but there it is, a little bit larger for you to take note of if you want to. Anyone who uses this host code and places an order of $150 or less will be entered to win this pack of opal rounds, and I will draw the winner at the end of the month once all orders are in. So if you want to order over $150, don't use my host code, because you get all the benefits for your order, sort of just like you hosted a show. So you don't want to give me the freebies, you want the freebies. All right, so let's get down to Christmas in July. So this is the suite we'll be talking about tonight. It's probably better if I put that flat. This is the Santa Express suite. It's a very nice collection, and we're going to talk about a lot of it. It has a stamp set and die set, which I'll show you in a minute a little closer, some embossing folders, adhesive back stars, memories and more, cards and envelopes, and designer series papers. So a lot going on, a lot you can work with. And I know this might not be everybody's cup of tea, but one of the great things about having memories and more cards that coordinate is it's very simple to put things together. So here's the stamp set. And I'm going to be honest, I did not use a lot of the stamp set. I used a couple stamped images, but I really, well, you'll see once we get to them. But here's the stamp set. So we've got some nice wording. We've got some fun kind of, I don't want to say cartoony, but fun illustrations. This little penguin dude cracks me up. We'll talk about him some more later. And then it does have the coordinating die set. So you can cut out the train and the wagon. There's a fun railroad track piece, a wreath, the signposts, basically all your little bits cut out. So lots of fun, and I will show you what I did. So I'm not actually putting anything together tonight, but I'm going to show you lots of things that you can put together tonight. So first of all, we're going to start really simple. So the Memories and More cards are a set of, let me double check here, 20 card bases, 10 green. So we've got this little speckled front, and you can also use it backwards for the plain side with an envelope to match. And the envelopes are nice and have this nice label area on the front. And then the red ones are the same as far as the envelopes, again, have that white area on the front, and this one is polka dotted on the front and then solid red on the back. So you can use them whichever way you want. You can match the red and the green envelopes, like mix and match, so totally up to you. So for my first card, I took one of those green card bases and I simply slapped one of the 4x6 Memories and More cards on there. You have in the Memories and More card pack 54 double-sided cards. There are 3x4 cards and 4x6. I can't tell you exactly the breakdown, but you get 6, I think it's 6 of the 3x4s, and then 3 of each of the large ones. So you can really put together a lot of this type of card very, very quickly. So this one is a card base, a 4x6 card, and 2 sequins, and that's it. Nothing gets easier than that, right? And I walked off with my envelope already. Next, I'm just going to kind of flip through these and tell you really quick what I did. So again, red card base, so it's got that polka dot on the back. Uh-oh, I see an angry face. I don't like angry faces, I'm sorry. I put together 2 of the small 3x4 cards and added a sticker and some embellishments, and again, quick and simple. So all I need to do is put a saying on the inside, and these are ready to go. Here's another one where I use that polka dot side. 2 of the card bases, or the small Memories and More cards. You can lay them flat, you can pop them up on dimensionals, and then I added some sequins, and I added it's actually a quadruple twine bow here with some baker's twine. I took a double length of white and red and then tied a bow together and then trimmed all that up. So a cute little accent there. Here is another card base, 2 of the small Memories and More. Mom, that's okay. I'm glad nobody's angry about this. Now this piece here is part of one of the 3x4s that I cut into pieces. So you're going to see the other pieces on some other cards, but this was kind of fun. You can leave it all together or cut them all apart. I added some twine behind and a couple of gems, and then that one is ready to go as well. Here is another fun one, a 4x6 card on the front. Here I trimmed Santa and Mrs. Claus on their little skates. I fussy cut them out of one of the cards and just put them on with dimensionals. And then I added our adhesive back stars. These are the ones that actually come with the suite. The sequins I used are part of another suite, but go beautifully with the reds and greens in this set. So you can use whatever embellishments you like. We have new festive pearls. So really lots of different options for you. Okay, moving right along. Here's another fun Christmas card. Here are 2 more of the pieces. So that piece that said carols before, this is the rest of the card, and plus 1 other piece. a little sticker, a little length of ribbon, and some Christmas cookies. So just fun. So see us for cookies and Christmas and cheer. Now here's another Memories and More card base. This time I added a strip of designer series paper, and I also added panels of mint macaron cardstock and then an embossed panel, which is largely covered up by our train, but that's okay. Let me see which one I used. I used part of the Charming Landscapes. Let me see here if this works. Hi Patricia, good evening. Welcome to Christmas in July. So the label here I put on myself so I know which is which when I'm looking for things. But these are it's a set of 2 mini embossing folders. So there's this one with the little kind of whimsical houses on the hill and some snowbanks. And then the first one, and they're not numbered 1 and 2, I do that for my own peace of mind. But this one has more like the snowy mountains and the starry sky. So these are fun and can be used standalone. You can buy the whole suite, or you can buy it piecemeal if you only like the embossing folders or something like that. Now, these 2 images here are cut right out of the designer series paper. The die cuts the engine and the little sidecar. This reindeer cracks me up too. Isn't he funny? They're having a good time. So I added the flag, I added some of those sequins, and good to go. Now this next one was sort of what I call a leftover card. The base here is one of the 4x6 Memories and More cards. And then I happen to have this strip of paper cut from something else. And I thought, well, I can't throw that away. And then I had this tail end of one of the cards. I think this was from, it might have been I can't remember which side of the Memories and More cards. But anyway, I had this nice little chunk here, and I thought, that's too cute with those little trees. I'm not throwing that away. So, voila. I layered this together on some cardstock, cut this little banner strip, the ruffled edge, is one of the stickers from the set, and I still have a small chunk left. A little tag here and some embellishments, and that is another card ready to go. And I think it's cute. Here I have another card. This one features a 3x4 Memories and More card, Joy, Peace, and Love. I like this one because it's a little non-traditional color-wise. We've got the Bermuda Bay, and there's just a touch of the Flirty Flamingo here. So I used another embossing folder. I think it's called Whimsical Trees. I should have brought that one over too, and I did not. But it's here on the back. I think you can see a little bit. And then I added some more of those adhesive back stars, which have a nice iridescent shimmer to them. And then the ribbon I used here is actually one of our new in colors. That is the Sweet Sorbet, which to me looks more Flirty Flamingo than Sweet Sorbet. So I thought it would be a perfect addition to this card. And so it's really a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of cardstock embossed, 1 layer for the 3x4 card, a little ribbon, a little embellishment, and good to go. Then I was just talking about those embossing folders. So this is really kind of showcasing that on the front of the card. So there you can see those little snow-capped mountains. And then I simply layered some cardstock here. This is a piece of the designer series paper, and added a greeting to one of our stitched rectangles. And there is a card ready to go. You could make a lot of these in no time at all, if you so chose. And then here is the next one I did using the other embossing folder. So this one has the little whimsical houses. I added some sequins. I added a strip of designer series paper to kind of cover my seam here between the 2 panels. Actually, that's not designer series paper, that is cardstock that I embossed. I used our new lovely label punch, and this is a wooden cutout. I don't know if you can see how it's raised here on the card, but that is a wooden cutout. You get 2 sheets of these with your card, with the Memories and More card kit. So you can see I've got a bunch of those left, and you'll see some more of them coming up on other cards here. And I simply glued these on by using glue dots. You can dab glue on the back and let it set, but I just put a couple of glue dots behind the places I knew I could hide them, and that's not going anywhere. So whichever way you want to adhere those is fine. Here I largely focused on the designer series paper that goes with the suite and cut out some of our rectangular postage stamps. Bernice, I had that Xyron thing pop up today and something I was looking at. I've got to get me one of those. So, because that would be perfect. I hadn't thought of it for wooden die cuts like that. That is a great idea. Thank you very much. This Oh What Fun was part of one of the Memories and More cards. It's actually, I think it was the back side or maybe the same side where I fussy cut that Santa and Mrs. Claus out of. And I thought, I've got to do something with that. So I just trimmed it down to a square and then figured out what I wanted to use it on. And this one I actually goofed up a little, but that's okay. Here's one where I actually got the pattern right. This is just different orientation instead of the horizontal rectangles. And card layout, this one is vertical. And then here's that missing piece of that card that I cut up earlier that you saw on a couple different cards. This was the last piece. And again, who's going to throw away that little candy cane, right? I had to do something with it. So it was perfect to cover just the little intersection there with all the cards where all those rectangles came together. And then while I had my rectangle punch out, Patricia, I'm not sure. It might depend on how many layers you have underneath of it. They are very flat. I don't even think that's 1/8 of an inch. Maybe it is, but one way to test, if you have our the Stampin' Up paper trimmer, if you can put the card in the envelope and pass it through where the cutting blades slide up and down, that's a good way to tell if it's too thick or not. But you could always take it to the post office. I always recommend erring on the side of caution there. But these are very flat on the card surface. So it would just depend on if you had multiple layers underneath of it, like several different layers of dimensionals. That would definitely boost it up more. So just be careful there. All right. Here is one more card using these rectangle postage stamps, which I thought was fun. I was inspired by another demonstrator I was watching earlier this week. And I really like this paper. All right, so we're going to move on to some more quick and easy and one of the specialty items in the set. The Memories and More card pack not only comes with those the 54 double-sided cards, it also comes with 2 sheets of stickers, 4 what's the word I'm looking for? Not adhesive. 4 window sheets, I'll say, with designs on them, and then 2 sheets of those wooden cutouts. So this was very, very simple. I simply took the acetate, that's the word I was looking for, not adhesive, acetate. So I took one of the acetate pieces. I have glue dots in 3 spots, underneath the bow and underneath the 2 snowflakes, which are part of those wooden die cuts. That way you can't see where the glue is underneath of them. My glue points are hidden. That's one of the tricky things about window sheets is how do you attach it, but using 3 glue dots and this thing isn't going anywhere. And I do want to point out, if you buy the Memories and More sets, the 4 pieces of acetate do have a film covering on them. So if you run your fingernail across it, you'll be able to see it. It kind of ruffles up a little and you just peel that off and it gives you the nice clear look instead of a slightly cloudy look. I put one of the cards together not even realizing that film was on there and then had to go back and fix it. So really, you can't tell, but just a little heads up in case you get that. And then here's another one. Like I said, these are super simple cards. This one is the acetate sheet, and I didn't have to worry so much on this one where I put the glue because the glue was underneath the card that I put on with dimensionals. This is one of those 3x4 cards, some sequins, and done. Then here's one more with the acetate. This is the Ho 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 sheet with one of the 3x4s of Santa Claus, a bow, and 2 more of those little wooden die cuts. So if you're looking for quick and simple, this is a great card pack to be able to do that, but you also have lots of other options to work around that. And then here is the last card with the acetate on it. So this has the Merry and Bright, and again, it's just anchored down underneath where the embellishments are on top of the card. Here is another one, super simple. This is one of the 4x6 Memories and More cards, and I just glued that on a red card base. Now these are the wooden die cuts with the glue dots on underneath, and what I did before I popped them out is I took one of my Stampin' blends, our alcohol markers, and I just colored right over top of all the letters. I did a couple of coats because it wasn't as dark as I wanted it to be initially, so I just kept on adding color until I was happy and glued them on and added some sequins, and easy peasy. Now, one thing I wanted to point out is these are very delicate words. The thing I had the most trouble with was these little snowflake things. They were a little fidgety, but I did it. These little guys were kind of a stinker too. But my recommendation on popping these out is take your time. You might not want to take your pick tool, at least not the pointy end. Maybe the stylus end would be good, because if you push on it too hard with the piercing end, it will put a little divot in your wooden piece. But my recommendation for getting these words out, and it's easier to color them while they're in here, but it can be done the other way after you pop them out. But I recommend just taking your fingernail or something narrow and pushing from the top and trying to loosen it up as much as possible, and then turn it back over and push from the other side. And then go, if it hasn't popped out already, then just go back. You'll kind of see where it wants to stick in certain places, and just keep pushing on that gently until it kind of drops out. So you do have to have a little bit of patience there, but you can do it. All right. Now, switching gears a little bit here. Here is a fun card that I did featuring the Designer Series paper and then the wreath from the die set. So I cut 2 of the garden green wreaths and slightly offset them. If I'd been thinking about it, I could have done a lighter color underneath and then the darker over top. That would have worked too. My bow, I put a piece of our adhesive sheets on the back before I die cut it, so essentially I made a sticker. And then I just added that and some embellishment and some of our stitched shapes, stylish shapes. And then a strip of ribbon, and that one was ready to go. And another fun thing with this set is when you punch your wreaths out, you're left with these funky little shapes. My first thought was amoebas. Oh, Thelma, just a minute. I know I was busy, but wait until you hear what I did here. But these are fun. I was thinking maybe put little eyeballs on. There's got to be something you can do with these, right? I guess if you cut them out of gray, not that you'd want a gray wreath, but if you needed a saw blade for something, that would work. And also something really cute, and I didn't think to bring it over. I don't know where it ended up going, but when I cut my wreath out, the shape that is left by the wreath would actually be like a really cute alien. So if you were to take, say, maybe a small panel like this and cut the wreath out of that, you could put, you could add like drawn on little legs and then put some googly eyes on it, and it would be a cute little like fluffy alien type thing. So multiple uses there. All right, so here is another card. This one features some of the stamp set, some of the Designer Series paper, and one of those wooden cutouts. I decided to see about making a border with the candy canes. That would be cute, Sue. I like that idea. That's exactly what I was thinking, something kind of fluffy like that. Who's the other little fluffy guy? The Lorax. That would be funny if you cut that out of orange paper. 2 strips of ribbon, again glue dots, and some bling, and a simple little card, really more non-traditional Christmas colors again, but a little fun card. And these do not have to be overly ornate. This one is a strip of designer series paper, strip of ribbon, some coordinating colors, a wooden cut, and embellishments. And I like this strip of paper so much. And since it is 12 by 12, I could make 2 cards out of it. So this one I did a little bit different color-wise. But again, embellishments, some ribbon and a bow. It's a cute, simple card, but not too plain. So getting down towards the end here, this is one of the 3x4 cards from the Memories and More card pack, and then I cut a 3x4 piece of the designer series paper. I felt the whole thing was a little overwhelming, so mixed and matched. I used the star stamp from the stamp set to kind of do the background tone on tone. It just needed a little something. And then here is a different use for that train track. I didn't actually use the train stamp set with the train track. I used it for a couple different things, but this is a cute little accent to put on a card. And then here is one of the stickers from the set. And then while I was on a roll with our little train track set, I came up with this one. Here is that little penguin. Can't you just hear him yelling, wee, as he slides down the little slide? So this is the Christmas version of this card, but I thought, you know what, there's got to be more than just Christmas uses for that penguin, right? So I made this card. This could be a birthday card, could just be a happy little card to stick in the mail for someone. So I just cut multiple colors out of the train track die. And one thing that I really like about this set is you can cut 2 penguins at a time, because they gave you 2 of the dies for the outlines of the penguins. So rather than have to run this through the machine 6 times for the 2 cards with the penguins, I only had to do it 3 times. So I'll take a lighter workload any day of the week. And then here, let's see, on this card I stamped the little signpost stamp and then cut it out. But here, I wanted to put words on it, so I just used the die cut without the stamp set. I did have to fuss a little bit to find a stamp that would fit. Not everything's going to work because this is pretty small, but I had a retired set with the happy day in it, so I thought that worked well. And this is just a nice, bright, cheery card that's great for any occasion. And that is actually the last card that I have, but I wanted to mention one thing. This is a large set of Memories and More cards and designer series paper. It's 12 sheets of designer series paper. I have, besides a whole stack of designer series paper left, I have 7 Memories and More cards and envelopes left. I have plenty of stickers left on these sheets. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these numbers. There's got to be something, but I haven't figured that out yet. I have 2 sheets, largely, I mean, they're not even half used yet, of those wooden die cuts that are there. And as I said, you can leave them natural, you can color them. And then I have a whole slew still of these Memories and More cards. So I could make duplicates of a lot of what I made here. Obviously, with the acetate pages, you've only got 4. But I can do much more with this, and I barely scratched the surface with that stamp set and the die set. So Thelma, I know you said I was busy. I ended up making 26 projects, 26 cards with this set, which I was rather tickled with, because when I woke up this morning I only had 9 of them made. So I pulled the rest together today, and I was a good mom. I did feed my kids. So I didn't lock them in a closet. So even though I was a busy mom today, I still had time to whip together a good many projects with the stamp set, and especially that Memories and More card set. So I hope you enjoyed the Santa's Delivery stamp set as part of the Santa's Express suite. Catalogs are coming, ladies. I apologize. I was a little delayed getting them out, but they will be on the way on Tuesday. And they are full of goodies, but if you don't want to wait for the catalog in your hand, you can check out my website, and it's live and up now. And don't forget, Celebration started today as well. So for every $50 or $100 you spend, you get to pick a freebie from our Celebration catalog. And there's a ton of stuff. There's stamp sets, there's stamps and paper combinations, and there's specialty paper. So lots and lots of things to choose from. So, all right. So that was our first Christmas in July. I hope you enjoyed that, even if you weren't sure if that Santa's Delivery Suite was for you. Maybe just got you in the holiday spirit a little bit and thinking about what you might like your Christmas cards to look like. If you have any questions, we do sell acetate sheets, Patricia. They're called window sheets, I believe, in the catalog, but we do sell them. We also sell the adhesive sheets where you can put the adhesive on your cardstock before you run it through your die cut machine and basically create your own sticker. So that's fun too. I will be posting pictures of all these projects on the page here once I finish the video, and then take the pictures. So you'll be able to revisit them if you want to save any ideas. And I think that's it for tonight. There will not be a Mystery Monday video on Monday because Monday is the 4th of July, so we're taking the holiday off. I will be back at 8:30 next Friday night, and I believe that we are going to be focused on, next week, the Sweetest Christmas set. So if you like candy canes, this will be what we're focused on for next week. And actually, these are where the sequins came from. That I used a lot of these sequins in the set, and I still have a ton left. So these were those sequins I was talking about that went very well with those Memories and More cards. So there you go, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great holiday weekend. It's a long weekend, I think, for a lot of people. And if you don't get a long weekend, I'm so sorry. But I hope you have lots of crafting time, whatever you're doing, and I hope you have a great weekend. So thank you so much for watching, and I will hope you'll come back next Friday night and see me talk about the Sweetest Christmas set. Take care, everybody. Happy crafting.